1 year. I can hardly believe it. 3 months ago I hit 100 subscribers and then set myself a target of 150 by the time we got to 1 year old. I'm pleased to say that we've smashed that target, even surpassing 160 subs at the 1 year mark. So I just want to put out a quick video to say a massive thank you to everyone who has supported me. I need to send special thanks to Mark for his vinyl stickers, Stephen who does the graphics for the channel, Dan from Lemon Amiga who has been a massive supporter, Keith from Amiga Rama who has kindly featured a couple of my videos on his podcast, and finally to Nathan over on EAB who again has been a massive supporter of the channel. The CRG community is slowly growing, and it's very humbling for me that you lot take time out of your day to watch my videos. I think the channel is starting to find its feet in terms of content. I did start this originally with the intention of just doing gameplay reviews, but it's progressed into more looking at the hardware, and that will probably remain the focus of the channel. I do still want to do the odd gameplay video every now and then, but the hardware is where most of my interest lies in this hobby, so that's the way we're going to steer the channel. So to finish off today, I thought what we'd do is just give you a quick up-to-date tour of the man cave and show you a couple of upcoming projects. So here's the current up-to-date man cave. It's changed a fair bit since last time we had a walkthrough. Over here we've still got all our games. This is the PC stuff and Amiga stuff. And hiding down in there is a Commodore 64 and MSX. There's that wireless joystick that we repaired a while back on the channel. Moving along here. This is our Amiga 2-player joystick that we've been working on. I still need to get the top of this sent away to be finished. I've been away on holiday there for a week, so just with the run up to that I didn't really have time to get this stripped down again and sent away. So now that we're back, we'll get that sent off because I want to get it finished to show you. This is a recent pickup. It's going to feature soon in a video series, a Philips CDI. Yes, I have no idea why I bought this, but it was cheap, so I couldn't resist. Needs a power supply though, so we've got one of them on order, and apparently the laser in this thing is faulty, that it's not reading discs. But luckily the laser unit in here can be picked up fairly cheaply. So we'll have a go at fixing this one first, and then if need be we'll just replace it. This shelving unit here just contains all our console stuff. I've been adding a bit of Xbox 360 to the collection, and likewise PS3. You're starting to find these games more and more in the charity shops now, so now is definitely the time to start collecting for it. There's a wee Roger Rabbit Laserdisc there, and yes, I also collect Laserdiscs. Haven't done very much in terms of Nintendo with Wii or GameCube. You don't find an awful lot of them in the charity shops, especially the GameCube, but anything you do find on the Wii is it's usually the shovelware. We've added a bit more PSP to the collection, including some more UMD films. Down here on the floor there's two upcoming projects. The top one is a wee Packard Bell 486. It definitely needs a bit of love. There's an old Varda battery in there that has puked its guts all over the motherboard, and the machine's not working, so hopefully cleaning that up and repairing a couple of traces will bring this whole thing back to life. And then we'll do something similar like we've done on the Olivetti 386, add a couple of expansion cards and get a bit more usefulness out of this old machine. The bottom one's an old Apple Mac. Don't really know if I'm going to do a video on that or not. Picked it up free of charge, same as the Packard Bell, but yeah, I'm not really interested in Macs if I'm being 100% honest, but we'll maybe see if we can get it powered up, just even to see what is on there on the hard drive. This end of the cave then is where most of the changes have been made. The old rear projection CRT is away. It's been replaced with this nice 42-inch LCD sitting on top of this new unit. We've added an AV amplifier, a couple of nice stereo speakers, and the various consoles and bits and pieces are all hooked up. So there's our Amiga CD32 with our Nintendo stuff underneath it, and then the Xbox 360 and a Panasonic 3DO that unfortunately still doesn't work. I was able to repair the laser in here, but the spindle motor seems to be dead. Unfortunately, I have no way of testing the voltages to the spindle motor. If anyone has any ideas on how to do that, it seems to be some sort of 3-phase DC thing going to the motor, so I'm just not sure how to test it. I also have been unable to find a replacement spindle motor for this anywhere in the entire world, so I keep looking, and if we do find it, there will be a video on repairing this. I really do want to get it up and going. If anyone has any suggestions, please stick it below in the comments. In the middle here is one of my Laserdisc players and a wee PC sitting on top of it, just hooked up through a TV for, well, watching YouTube or Netflix or even a bit of emulation. There's our AV amplifier. On this side we've got the Mega Drive, the other Sega stuff underneath, and then the original Xbox and the PS2. I've also added these shelves to the cave. It's probably the most striking difference, just to show off some of the consoles and computers. The Atari 2600 here, it needs a bit of love. It's not displaying graphics properly. The Junior sitting beside it does work fine, and I may rob the Junior to fix the 2600. Over here then, we've got the original NES. It needs a new cartridge connector. No surprises there. There's our MZ700 that we fixed up. I still want to get this thing retrobreaded at some point, but it seems every time I try to do that, all it does is rain. Likewise, our MSX, this works fine, but just needs a bit of a tidy up. Our Commodore 64 has a dead keyboard, unfortunately. And I have another one of these in the garage that just produces a black screen. So we'll maybe do a bit of a 2-part episode on that, trying to fix up the both of them. This A500 just needs the floppy drive looked at. Other than that, the machine's fine. And I do have a modern trapdoor expansion to put in it to give it 2 megabytes of chip RAM. Maybe take a quick look at that at some point in the future. That's my main A1200 down there. And then this one will be coming up fairly soon in a video. A bit of a trash to treasure series, if you would. It needs recapped, and the floppy drive needs a bit of work. The case on it is also, for whatever reason, warped at the bottom. Some idiot who had this apart and put it back together did not put it together properly. So we'll have to have a look at that, see how we can fix the case. This Atari ST, well, ashamed to admit, but yes, the Atari was my first look into the world of 16-bit computers. I didn't actually own it. It was only borrowed from my uncle, but yeah, that's where the fascination started, I'm afraid. And that's pretty much it. That is the up-to-date man cave. So, CRG's 1 year old. We have a few projects there planned for the future. In fact, there is maybe this again and other bits and pieces lying in the garage in various states of repair, but that's the main stuff for now. If you have any thoughts or comments you'd like to make on the channel, or any suggestions for upcoming content or anything you'd like to see, please drop it below in the comments. In the meantime, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you again soon.